So now that we have the home page pretty much looking as we want, let's move on to the next step and build the flashcards page, so where we can self-test the flashcards. So to do that, in Pages, I'll create a new Dart file and I'll name this flashcards page. In here, I'll create a new stateful widget, flashcards page, and import the material. And cool, so now we have a new page we can go to. So we need to get to this page, and we want to do that whenever one of these tiles are tapped on the home page. So let's go to those topic tiles. So in Components, Homepage Topic Tile, and at the moment these are wrapped with a gesture detector. So every time the gesture detector is tapped, we have an on-tap property, and this function here will be called. So in here we'll create a method that will navigate us to this new page. Now I'm going to create this method in a new file in a new folder. So I'll create a new directory and I'll name this utils, and then I will create a new Dart file that I'll name methods, and in here I'll create a new method named load session to load the new session. Now the reason I'm putting this method in its own file is basically for organizational purposes. So I'll put all of the main methods, so this will have a bit of logic in addition to navigating to a new page, and also all of our helper methods that we'll use in multiple places in the app. So it's just a good way to have everything in one spot, so we can come here and update our methods as we need, and also reuse them when we need to. So in load session, to navigate to the new page, I will use the navigator class .of context, and then we have a whole lot of different methods that will help us with our navigation. So in this case, I want to use push replacement because that will push on a new page, push on a new route, and then once that has animated onto the screen, the new page, and the animation has been completed, the old route will be removed. And in here, where we have our new route, we want to pass in where we want to go. So in this case, I'm going to pass in a material page route, and the material page route will give us a nice little animation when we move between the pages. And in here, we can just pass in the builder, so context, and then the shorthand, the arrow syntax for this builder, and then we can just point to the page that we want to push on, which will be that page we just created, flashcards page. Cool. Okay, and you will notice here we have a red line under the context, and we're outside of a stateful stateless widget, so we don't have one. So we can pass one into this method, however, and we need to use the required keyword because we definitely need it, and we'll pass this in. So where we call this needs to give this method a context, an instance of a build context, and then this navigator will be able to run. Okay, cool. So we're using a navigator, passing in a material page route, and then pushing on the new page, and then once that's been pushed on, we'll remove the previous page. Okay, cool. So we have this. We can now test this out. So let's go to our topic tile, and under here I'll write load session. Our context has been passed in, and now this should hopefully work. And before we run it, and I'll update this container to a scaffold, and I'll put in an app bar. Okay, so hot restart. Now let's tap on a card, doesn't matter which one. Cool, and now we have navigated to this new page. Now just for example purposes, we could change push replacement to just push, and in that case we won't remove the previous page, previous route when we animate to this new page. So let's see that. And in this case, because we're pushed on this new page, we're given this back button here, this handy back button, and we can go forward and back. But in this case, I do want to use the push replacement. And the reason for that is later on, that'll just help with managing the whole state of the application. Let's do a hot restart. Okay, cool. So we now have the ability to navigate to our new page.